good afternoon, everyone. This is Victoria, and I am back with To My Young Self. I know you have been waiting. I have been waiting as well, but we have been doing all we can to see that we bring it back in the best, most efficient, effective, and productive way. Okay, so I am live right now on Radio 360 and we are on DAB. So you can listen to it on your radio while you're having a shower, while you're driving, while you're eating, while you're having a snack. Yeah, so today's episode is it's a very very dear one to me. Very dear. Very dear. And I think is one area that most of us got it wrong, especially growing up as young adults. I, for one, when you're in the courts, they say, lift your hands and put your hands on the Bible. Do you? Right. So, I, for one, is one area where I believe I did not get it right as a young girl, especially as a teenager growing up. Growing up in Africa, some of you understand how the environment on which we grew up was very, very different to what we see today. So we didn't really have that opportunity to be schooled properly because, in Africa then, in the time when I was growing up, when I was much younger, we really didn't pay much attention to some basic things that now affects us positively or negatively in our adult life. And one major area I want to start with in this new series is keeping healthy boundaries. Now, this is for young girls, young boys, growing up. Even if you have a child from the age of 8, 5, 6, teaching them how to keep healthy boundaries. Because, first of all, let's read what a boundary is. What's a boundary? Okay. So I did a little, a very quick, to be honest. Where is my definition now? Okay. What is a boundary? So it says a boundary is a line which marks the limits of an area. So a boundary is a line which marks the limit of an area. In understanding what a boundary is, I'm sure some of us have live in a building that has gates or that has a fence. Now that is a boundary that demarcates your house from the next person. So it intentionally tells the next neighbor, don't encroach into my space, and I wouldn't encroach into your space. And if I do need to encroach, I take permission. If you do need to encroach, you take permission, or you're making me aware. Can I come into your compound? Or so boundary is so very important in growing up as a young person. There was this statement I heard recently that says a boundary protects you and protect others. So you're a young girl growing up. Of course, in this time and age, most young people are very what's the word? Very inclined, or will I say inclined? Very intelligent and smart compared to our time, right? And so there's so many things that you necessarily will not expect a teenager or a young adult to be exposed to, but they're exposed to it. Now, how do you as a parent or even as a young person protect yourself against things that you should not know or things that you should not be involved with, especially in the aspect of the boyfriend and girlfriend kind of thing? Yeah. First of all, as a girl, let me speak to the girls. Girls, come closer. You must understand your self-worth, and keeping a boundary to protect yourself shows that you love yourself. So you're in a place where You're a beautiful girl, you're a young girl, you're getting aware about your beauty, and definitely the young boys, would start saying some things. Number one, make up your mind that there is nothing any boy or any person would say that would determine your worth. So you as a young girl, you I told there was a class I had recently, and I said to them, get a pen and write out what you actually think about yourself. I remember when I was growing up, I didn't believe in myself because I thought what anyone has to say about me is who I am. So if you tell me I'm beautiful, I believe I'm beautiful. If you tell me that, you're too skinny, come on, you're not as beautiful as I thought, I feel, I'm not as beautiful as I thought. So I said to them, take out a pen and write out, what do you actually believe about yourself? Do you believe that you're beautiful? Do you believe that you're intelligent? And I was amazed at the list of things I saw that they believed about themselves. And I asked myself, how did that happen? So they exposed themselves to the place where they unconsciously trained themselves. They unconsciously educated themselves that they were not as good as you, that they were not beautiful. Why? What informed them? So keeping healthy boundaries is telling yourself, I am worth it. I am beautiful. So there is nothing anybody has to say to me that would change my mindset about me. It's one boundary you have to keep. You create this wall about yourself that I know who I am. I don't need a guy. I don't need a boy. I don't need a text message. I don't need a call to make me feel good about myself. I feel good about myself. Because that's one way girls tend to start acting in a way where puts them in the category of being weak. So a boy sends you a message of you are the morning dew, you are the sunshine, something, something, something. And you are like, do you not believe that that's who you are? Do you need a boy to tell you that's who you are? Do you need a boy to send you 10 text messages to tell you who you are before you know who you are? So number one, boundary. Create an idea about yourself that nobody should influence. Nobody, when I mean nobody should influence. So you need to sit down and write, who are you? You are beautiful. You are smart. You are intelligent. You are the apple of God's eye. Tell yourself those things and believe it. So that if any boy or if any person speaks into your life that is not consistent with that picture you hold about yourself, you will not accept it. That is one way to protect yourself. Remember, I said boundaries protect yourself and it protects others. And I realized that as a young girl growing up, that was one area that I was minus zero. I had low self-esteem. I always wanted people to tell me what I wanted to hear. I always wanted people to tell me, oh, you're awesome, you're wonderful, you're this, you're that, before I believe it about myself. I had to come to a place where I believed this about me. I remember then I used to believe that I hardly looked at the mirror, right? I'm sure if you zoom close, you'll see that there is a mark on my forehead and there is a dot on my forehead, right? Can you come close? Yeah. So there is a like a number 11 on my forehead. I think I've spoken about this before. When I was young, I had a very wicked uncle that I went to play as a normal child and I stayed very late. So I came back. My mom told me, discipline this child. He was happy to discipline me. I went to my mom's room. I'm just trying to summarize it. Went to my mom's room. He disciplined me, unknowing to my mom that he was drunk. So my mom said, "Okay, when you finish disciplining her, take the blade and show her. And when she sees this blade, when she remembers that if she goes out again, you will cut her. She will not." In my mom's mind, she was trying to confirm me into this mindset of when I remember a blade, I will not go and play. And this, my uncle, he really went to buy the blade, took me into my mom's room and literally cut my forehead. The only saving grace was I had to push his hand so he doesn't go in through my veins. Now, I have lived over, I think I was about 8 when that happened. So imagine a young girl like me having a mark on her forehead. What did I know? I heard all sorts. Oh, they've used you to do sacrifice. Oh, I heard all sorts. And I think 4 years later, I had a rough play with a family friend that gave me the one other dot on my forehead, if you can see it. So I always had this self-esteem issue. And I was always waiting for someone to tell me, "Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, yes, I'm beautiful. Oh, you have a lovely forehead. Oh." Until I got to the place where I started creating a healthy picture about myself. Now, when I look at the mirror, I don't even know if there's a mark on my forehead. I just apply my foundation. I can't even see it until maybe I am doing something and I realize that, oh, there's a mark on my forehead. Really, I don't see it. But it took me a long time. Now, there are so many people that have hidden scars that they may not see. You and I may not see. And it's created a picture about them that until someone affirms them, they don't feel good about themselves. So, number one thing I want to say to you, create a picture of yourself and believe it for a young boy or a young girl. That is one way to protect yourself about deceitful words by people who should not be in your space. How I wish many young girls will know this. You will not see the amount of young girls who are depressed, either their boyfriend broke their heart or some young girls who commit suicide. God bless their soul. But when you do a study and you trace back, it's always connected to self-esteem. They thought low about themselves. And until a guy said this, until a boy said this, then they believed so much in themselves. No. So like I said, this is a series I'm going to be sharing on my experience and what I think we can do better as young people. Even as a wife, as a husband, as a mother, as a father, we need to create healthy boundaries about ourselves. You will not find yourself in a place where you're needing affirmation from the next person. You need an affirmation from the next person. No, believe in yourself. I got to the place where I started telling myself, Victoria, you are beautiful. You are very intelligent. Because I was in a place at the time where I was told I was not intelligent. I had a twisted mindset, or just because I'm trying to express my thought about a particular matter or a particular topic, because it did not sound a certain way, it was not right. But then when I speak to a different set of people, oh my goodness, you are so vast. But you see, I had to get to the place now where I have something to say, and whatever I have to say is good. So one of the boundaries I want you to keep from this week is take a pen and write great things about yourself. Do you think God created a nobody? Why would you allow anybody think that you're nobody? Why would you allow anybody think that you are only awesome when they tell you you're awesome? No. God created a masterpiece in you. Okay? So if you don't remember anything I said, God created a masterpiece. Get a pen and write out the beautiful things about you and start living in that. And until then, I'll come your way again on setting healthy boundaries. Have a great week, and you can send me an email at victoria@victoriaandvic.com at victoriasmartlondon.co.uk, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and we can have a chat. Okay? Have a great week. God bless you.